This is the thrill. I'm coming at you with some very disturbing information. Some of it I learned off of CPN's Sunday Live podcast and other information that I had taken the time to conclude myself. Apparently, there's some wannabe juggalos, some Twizzler juggahos that had been making an attempt to drag a person's name down. I'm not going to call out anybody by name. If anybody wants further clarification after this video, feel free to check out CPN's Sunday Night Podcast, and he's promised he has some more information to reveal, which I'll get to. Sorry, I'm very tired. I haven't been to sleep yet. Will Siglar. I'm sure we all know who he is. He's a psychopathic employee, if you don't know. He was convicted of attempted rape. It was, man, way back in the 90s. I don't know the exact date. I can't remember that. But he got 6 years. He did his time, you know. He was released. And then he was working for Psychopathic when this happened. He decided to step down from Psychopathic after this all came out because he didn't want any bad publicity on Psychopathic, or didn't want it to look bad on Psychopathic. So, you know, I give you props for that. That's, you know, that was the noble thing to do. When he got out, Psychopathic offered him a job again. And it has sparked a lot of controversy because, you know, songs like To Catch a Predator and ICP, their childhood background, at least Violent J's, and then they hired this sex offender because he was charged for attempted rape on either a 15 or 16-year-old girl. Okay, but there are circumstances surrounding it which I'm going to get into. Apparently, he met this chick at a club, and it was a club where you had to be 18 to get in. So, I mean, automatically, he sees a girl in the club, he's going to automatically assume the chick is 18 years old, you know. Even I would just assume that because they check the IDs at the door, you gotta be 18 to get in, alright. But this chick had a fake ID, and, you know, she presented herself and played herself off to be 18 years old. Well, Siglar, he was text messaging, and I don't know exactly how it got found out, but either the parents found it or she ended up saying something. They found these text messages with some sexual content within them. And the long story short is he got arrested and charged for attempted rape. And he had to serve 6 years. He did his time. Him doing his time alone should be enough for, you know, people to leave him alone. And, you know, just because you do something stupid like this, it wasn't a violent crime or anything. That that should, you know, if somebody gets tried, sentenced, and carries out their sentence, the crime is over, it's done. I do understand the sexual predator thing. Nobody hates a chomo or sexual predator more than me. Okay? I, and, you know, and I know that it is strongly against ICP and specifically Violent J of this issue. So I do understand why it kind of sparked some controversy. But it wouldn't have sparked any controversy if people would take the time to know what they're talking about or to know about a situation before they start voicing an opinion or making insinuations. That's what I did. You know, when I heard about this, that he was working for a psychopathic again, I looked into it. But here is the disturbing part to me, and the part that really pisses me off. Some fake-ass juggahos out there who apparently do not have a very high standard for juggalos in general. Because according to CPN, he has evidence that person in particular, but possibly people that I am referring to, took two separate documents, because Siglar does have a prior guns charge, and they kind of put them together to make them look like one document, and it made it appear that the gun charge, or the gun incident, and the rape were the same thing, that they coincided. I think I've seen the document in question on Facebook, and when I saw the document, the first thing that came to my mind is, there's no case number, there's no nothing to show this was legit. It showed Will Ziegler's name, and it had a statement, yes, I raped that girl, or something stupid like that. If it's the same one that CPN is going to show, he hasn't showed it yet, but he promises he's going to soon. But when I saw that document, that was the first thoughts I had. Okay? There might be some juggalos out there that are not highly educated or don't know how to discern real news from fake news. I'm not one of them people. Apparently, CPN's not one of them people. And I've got a lot of juggalo homies that are not those type of people. Okay? For the people involved to insult juggalos in this manner, to assume that we would all be stupid enough to fall for this, it's just insulting, to tell you the truth. And once I see the evidence that CPN has to present, and if he proves, as he says he can, that this person did that, I think that Siglar should take legal action against him, for one, and secondly, he needs to take Juggalo out of his mouth. I don't care if he wants to go run and support Little Twisted, because the story is he's pissed off at Psychopathic, and he's a little Twizzler, and all on their side, okay? Which is fine with me. If he likes Twisted, he likes Twisted. Me personally, I think they're little sellout bitches. But I'm not going to get on that rant today. This person or persons, this is to you personally, because you know who you are. I know you've seen my videos before. So, if you are hearing this, do you not understand the magnitude of the accusations that you made? Do you know what could result from that? I mean, straight up, there is people who really think that if they really thought that he did that, they probably wouldn't hesitate to pull off on him. But that aside, to accuse somebody and make them look bad for holding a underage person at gunpoint and raping them, that could have devastating effects, even cost him his life. How low does a person have to be to stoop to that level? I mean, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's what I want to know, is what the fuck is wrong with you? Just because you are upset with Psychopathic for whatever reason, they're not in the wrong. I have no idea why you would be pissed off at Psychopathic. But in your little mind, you've got a reason to be pissed off at Psychopathic. But that is grounds to ruin a guy's life, to ruin his career, his well-being, all on a piece of fabricated evidence coming from you, insinuating sexual predator shit, man. Use your brain. I've been pissed off at people, but I wouldn't even consider making a complete fabrication with the implications that were put on this. That's just fucked up bullshit. If it's true, stay the fuck away from the Juggalo community. It's people like you that give this whole Juggalo thing a bad rap. Not that I personally care. I don't care what people think of me, to be quite honest with you. But that's an all-time new low. Out of all the Juggalos I know, and I know some that are pieces of shit, that is the lowest I've ever seen one go. It's totally anti-Juggalo. Why do you even hang around? Well, I know. Because you support M&E and Twisted, who have shown their true colors here lately too. But even they, I have faith that even after all they have done, they would call you a little bitch too for the move you just made. That's fucked up. Anyway, I gotta get some sleep. Subscribe, like, check out CPN's video, the Sunday stream. This is May 29th, so this is Monday. It would have been yesterday, May 28th. Check that out. That's where the information is. He goes into a little bit more detail about the evidence he has. I wasn't going to speak on it because that's his thing. I was just going to speak on what I already knew about it prior to hearing him, and then just what he revealed because he already said it on his podcast. But he's going to have a video in the future to where he shows the evidence he has and present it and show how they were spliced together. So I'm eager to see that and how that plays out. I was gonna do a review of Fuck the Fuck Off Motherfucker, but decided to do this one instead. I'll be back sometime. I don't make promises. And we'll review that album, and I'll give my 2 cents that nobody cares about anyway. But until then, peace.